Hello, my name's Caleb with StoneMan Climbing Company. I am chair of the Department of Redundancy Department. Let me say that again. I am the chair of the Department of Redundancy Department. Today, we're going to be going over how to place and assess the quality of a cam placement, which is a traditional climbing anchor. First, let's start off with the anatomy of a cam. You'll see that there are 4 lobes, and they are these sort of quarter semicircle pieces. This one happens to have 4. Coming down from the lobes, extending is the stem. Here, inside the stem is a thumb catch, and the trigger is about halfway down the stem. To get this to work, you pull the trigger, which retracts the lobes, and once you retract the lobes, you put it in the crack, and then it'll hold it in the crack. Seems pretty simple. So let's place them and see what we can do. So let's place this one here, and you let go. And we know that it's in the crack, but how do we know it's any good? So there's a 4-point assessment you can do on any cam. First, we'll assess the rock. Is it solid? Is it clean, free of debris, free of running water? Yes, it is. So we're gonna give that 1 point. The next, let's assess the depth. Is the cam deep in the crack, or is it out here on the edge where something can break away and compromise the placement? No, it's in there nice and deep, so let's give that another point. So now we're up to 2. Next, let's assess the lobes. Are they retracted within the range that they should be, which most manufacturers is about 25% or so, about like this, which is a minimum. It's not supposed to be placed in the crack, perched on the ends of these. There are some gray areas, so you guys can write me later about that. But we want to make certain that they are within the manufacturer specified range of retraction and that they are as symmetrical as we can be. Obviously, if they're a little off, I'm not too worried, but if they're way off, I would start to worry this doesn't look appropriate. So as we analyze our cam, it is within the manufacturer specified range. The lobes are pretty close to symmetrical, and all the lobes are touching solid pieces of that rock. So let's give it another point. Now we're up to 3. The last thing we're going to assess is the direction of the pull. When this anchor is loaded, it's very strong in this direction. So this is a good placement. It's not in the direction that is not in line with the stem. The stem is nice and straight, so we give it 1 more point. That is a solid cam placement based upon our 4-point assessment. Now that we've placed a good anchor, we always need to know how to get it out. And to pull out a cam is very simple. You want to retract the trigger first. If we don't pull on the trigger first, this will be an arm wrestling match. You will never win. Now, sometimes they're hard to get to, and I can't quite reach it with 1 hand. So sometimes it will take 2 hands. But first I pull on the trigger, bracing my thumbs on any part of the cam that I can get them on, pulling the trigger first, and then as I look at the crack, I try to see how the cam went in, and I try to reverse the way that it came in. And then it's a lot easier as opposed to going against where it had been put in.